So in this video you're going to learn about classes. So what is a class in JavaScript? JavaScript classes are templates for JavaScript objects. So a class is like a template for an object. Now to explain that better, or to our understanding based on our using an illustration. So let's say you want to build a house, your dream house. So you will need the help of an architect and a civil engineer. So the work of the architect, you will describe your dream house. So he's going to use his field of experience and training to design the house for you, make sure it is able to withstand the test of time. So if you live in an earthquake prone area or this hurricane and tsunami, it's going to ensure that the building is built to withstand those natural forces. So when the architect finishes the design, you likely give it to a civil engineer that can read the drawings of the architect and will gradually bring that house to life. So why the drawing or why the dream house is still on paper is not an object, it's still something that is abstract, it's not real. You cannot pack into that house, you cannot say that you have a house when you have not built the house, or when the house has not been completed. But after the house has been completed based on the design specification of the architect, then you now have your dream house, and you can pack in and you can invite people to your new or your brand new house. So a class is just like a blueprint, it's a template, just like the architectural plan of a house. Then why the object is something that is real, that somebody can access the house now. You can invite people, you can invite your family, you can live there and stop paying house rent. So that is it. So how do we build classes? Now, one of the advantage of why you might need to use a class is if you want to generate a class rather than a static object. Now remember, when we learn to create objects, we just create and add the properties and the values, or the key and the values. So if there's need for us to create that same object for a similar thing, we have to manually type or just copy paste, then we'll now delete and maybe add new things using the object way. But using a class, you can create a generic class. So if you want an object that has a similar feature but different values, you just need to pass in parameters and to generate the object. So you see how that works. So the purpose of this class is to make it easier for you to understand when we are using objects, using classes to generate an object. Like for example, when we are using the date class to generate the date object that we can interact with, as we'll soon see. Then when we are using the new promise, so that is the purpose of this class. So there are so many things that you can do with classes. So to create a class, you just need to use the class keyword, then the name of the class, then your curly bracket. So here we are creating a class. Then we have the constructor. So this constructor is a special method for classes that it is used to make the class dynamic. So these are the parameters. So inside the constructor we initialize the parameters so that they can be useful within the class. Then a class can also have methods just like an object. So this is an age method, and its job is to get the age of the car. So if you send in a year as X, then it will not subtract the year the car was made and to get you the age. So that is it. So the next thing now is creating an object out of the class. So we have this const my car, so new. So if you want to create an object using out of a class, you use this new, then the car, then you pass in the two parameters, which is name and what, year. So creating an object out of a class. So after this line of code, then everything you know about object stands. So to get the name of the car will now be my car dot age, just like that. So now class supports object oriented programming. Now, as I explained earlier, there are two levels of advanced programming. So we have the functional programming thing, then we have the object oriented programming. So in the functional programming, you use more functions to make your code reusable. In object oriented programming, you use more of classes to make your code reusable. And when you go on to, if you want to learn more about classes, you can extend, which means if you want to create another class that is related to this car, you can extend so that it will share the properties of this car. So, but that is not the purpose of this class. So it's just to show you how to create a simple class and how to create an object out of it. So let's begin. So I'm going to, so this is class. So I'm going to create an object out of this class. So what I'm going to do now is, so I'm going to create a class first. So I want to create a class of a bottle. So class, remember, bottle. So remember, we have different types of bottle today. We have the Coca-Cola bottle, we have the Eva bottle, we have this and so type. So but they have similar properties. So it has a name, so I can say Eva bottle. Oh, this is not an object, sorry. So we need the constructor, then the parameters. So it needs to have a name for now, and needs to have a volume. So the volume of the bottle is the size of the bottle. Then let's add another one. It needs to have we're going to add the type of bottle, which is like type. Is it Eva? Is it this? Okay, that is the brand. So you see the same thing. So let's use brand. Then let's use color. The next one. So to initialize this, we have brand. Sorry, I'm going to use this dot brand be equal to what? Brand then this dot volume be equal to what? Volume, then this dot color be equal to what? Color. So that is it. Then to create a method out of this class or inside this class, we have like details. So if I want to get the details of this bottle in one go, I'll say return a backtick, and that backtick. So I'll put here brand be equal to these dots, brand. Then I want to go to a new line, so \n volume this dot volume. So I want to go to a new line, then color this dot color. So this is it. So now this is just the template. So creating an object out of a class. So to create an object out of this class, we need to do this. So I'm going to say let ever, now this is the name of the bot I want to create, should be equal to new bottle, remember, then I pass in the parameters. So the brand is what? Ever. And you see the intelligence there showing me what I need to pass. The volume, is 50 cl. No, we have, I think, 75 cl. Then we have the color blue. So now I've created the object. So to get the details, I can say ever dot details. This is a method, so I invoke it. So if I do that, I'm going to get the following on the console. So you see, I have my brand ever, my volume. So if I see, I have my color blue. So that is it for this one. Need to come back. This one need to come back so that they will all be on the same line. The volume 2 need to come back. So excuse me. So we have that now. So the beauty about this now is I can create another object out of the same class. So that's why it's a template. So I can say this one is smooth. So this one is smooth bottle. So the name is what? Smooth. Then I think this one is, I'm gonna take this. So I remember the CL is 50. no, it's not 50, it's 35. Then the color is, I think it's crimson. It's like red, but I think it's not red. So if I do the same thing here, I change this to smooth, notice that if I do the details on, I'll get different details. So you see, for the Ever bottle, I'm getting the brand is Ever, the volume is 75, the color is blue. For smooth, I'm getting the brand is smooth, the volume is 35, the color is what? Is crimson. So the objective or the purpose of this class video for this class class is just to tell you that, or to show you that when you want to, if you have a class which is a template for an object, you want to make an object out of it, you use this new and this class name. So in our next video, you're going to learn how to use the date object, and you'll see an example of that.